Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Edge channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Thanks for supporting me, guys. British ex-heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua admits that he can still hold the next fight in the summer without waiting for December, thereby refuting his early statement. According to Anthony, he wants to work harder under the guidance of new coach Derrick James, with whom they debuted on April 1st, defeating Jermaine Franklin on points. However, if the coach wants, in July or August Joshua can still enter the ring. Moreover, this is what his promoter Eddie Hearn wants, who has already prepared a very interesting option for him. I thought that since I have probably changed 3 coaches in 3 years, it would be good to develop and work under the guidance of my new coach, so that by the time I return to the ring, I will have secured and implemented everything he wants, Joshua said. But you can test everything he teaches me only in battle, instead of putting pressure on yourself. I don't want to lie to defend that I'm going to fight in the summer, while negotiations are going on in the background. I just wanted to draw a line and say I'm not going to fight until that date. If my coach makes me change my mind, I can change my mind, right? So I'll be able to perform in July or August if I want, the Britain states. At the moment, the fight in the summer is not being considered, but everything can change and my coach is happy with what he sees, AJ said. Malik Scott, the trainer of former world heavyweight champion American Deontay Wilder, is against Britain Anthony Joshua, holding an interim fight before meeting with his word in December. The coach is worried that AJ some knocked out early for his fighter. I think that if a fighter who really believes in himself meets Anthony Joshua, then he has a good chance of winning. You can be a clear outsider, but if you really believe in yourself, train, work hard, and can use loopholes, then you can knock him out. I don't really think about it, but let's just say I'm against Joshua, holding an interim fight. I want Deontay to knock Anthony out. In the form in which he is now, Joshua may not live until December. I have nothing more to say. Let's see, now he is training with Derrick James, one of the best coaches in the world, Scott shared. Joshua is waiting for the hardest fight of his career. Over the past few months, Deontay Wilder has repeatedly challenged the British heavyweight to a duel. At first, AJ categorically refused this meeting. The career of the ex-world champion in 3 versions can only be revived by another loud duel. If there is some confidence in Wilder's form, then Anthony's condition looks extremely doubtful. The Briton held his last fight at home in London on April 1st against Jermaine Franklin. Joshua looked better than his opponent, but managed to defeat the little-known American only by decision. To be sure, it was necessary to win ahead of schedule. However, due to previous failures, the Briton does not impose such a high pace as before. His previous plan was to knock out his opponent as quickly as possible. Joshua's counterpart got lost under pressure and only by 1 fell into a knockout. Having lost his former confidence, Anthony is now thinking about how not to miss the kick himself. A defeat from Franklin could put a fat cross on the Briton's stellar career. However, the difference in class between them is very large to be so much afraid of Jermaine. Recall that Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte had a duel in April last year. The champion knocked out his opponent in the 6th round. The head of the Matchroom boxing promotion company Eddie Hearn said that he plans to hold 2 fights for Anthony Joshua by the end of the year, against Dillian Whyte in August and Deontay Wilder in December. I like the idea of Dillian Whyte and AJ fighting, Hearn said. Regardless of whether AJ's fight with Wilder take place or not, I like it. This is a fight that AJ will be ready for. It's a fight where he can be a little bit mean, and it's a fight that's dangerous. There will be a lot at stake, because if you sign a big contract to fight with Deontay Wilder in December, and in August you fight with Dillian Whyte, then it's a risky business. First, we want to negotiate a fight with Wilder, and only then move in the opposite direction. Former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua may have a big fight at the end of this year against another ex-world champion Deontay Wilder. But before that, he needs to have another fight under the guidance of new coach Derrick James, the boxer's promoter Eddie Hearn is sure, and he expects that Dillian Whyte can become his opponent. We all think he needs a fight in August, and more time with Derrick James, more preparation for a fight with Deontay Wilder. Hearn said of Joshua in an interview, "I like the fight with Dillian Whyte," the promoter added. Will Joshua fight against Wilder or not? I still like the fight with Whyte. I think this is a fight that will arouse Joshua's interest. I think Joshua will have a certain aggressive attitude towards this fight, and this is a dangerous fight. Joshua and Whyte's first fight took place in 2015, when they were both young and promising British heavyweights without defeats in the professional ring, and ended with Joshua's early victory in the 7th round. I spoke to them, the Saudis, 2 weeks ago, and they are serious, Hearn said. I know what I am saying because I've had 2 high-profile fights with Saudis. As far as I understand, they communicated with Deontay Wilder, and everything went well. They will arrange AJ's fight with Wilder. AJ has already told me that he will have no problem fighting Wilder. Former United heavyweight champion as well as ex-heavyweight champion Briton David Haye, in an interview with local media, expressed his opinion about a possible tournament of top heavyweights in Saudi Arabia. David commented on the discussed duel between ex-United champion from Britain Anthony Joshua and former champion from the United States Deontay Wilder, and also compared himself in a peak form with the current fighters of the absolute division. I think Joshua needs to have another fight before that. His extreme fight against Franklin was not a preparation for Wilder, no matter how you look at it. I think he needs to fight Dillian Whyte. This is a fight that I think he needs, because if he can't beat Whyte, then he can't beat Wilder. But if he beats Whyte and beats him in a good style, he will add to his confidence in the fight against Wilder. Because believe me, I personally spent many rounds in the ring with Deontay. He is very unusual, and you can't find sparring partners who will imitate him, because he is very unique. David Haye said. Tony Bellew made a comment about Tyson Fury in 2013. He thought David Haye beat Tyson. I know you believe in yourself, but when you see these comments, how would you like to go back to those times again? It wouldn't be just him. I was a big favorite. The bookmakers, the entire press and the media saw me as the winner of the fight. But it didn't happen. Then I was after a knockout victory over Derek James. He was after defeating Steve Cunningham. Once again, Steve was a very small cruiser who was able to send him into a pretty heavy knockdown, and Tyson suffered in the fight. So by the influence of our extreme fight, then of course I was a huge favorite. Unfortunately, the fight didn't take place, so we will never know, Haye said. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.